Ever gonna feel.
Hi.
You're always
There she is. Hello. Hi.
How you doing?
And it's all the way to the right.
Oh, look who else is here.
Okay, come Leo, let's help mom.
Oh, I didn't get that one. Hello.
Hi. Indeed. So I'm also here to pull my papers.
Well, for just the six inlet.
For the signatures of Lynn.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Perfect. So what can I give you? What do you guys need?
No, go. You go.
We just need you to fill this out, your candidate name, the office being sought, and the residence address is mandatory, a daytime phone number, anything else is optional. If you do want it released on our website, you do need to check here and initial there.
If I don't want
If you don't, then don't put any check marks and don't initial.
The only two things that we're required is your home address and a good.
Identical twins? Yeah. Identically dressed?
That's a, yeah.
Make it very
Now that's a shot.
Yes, it was.
You could do.
But it is a good.
Hi everyone, I'm Vivek Krishnamurthy. I'm delighted to say it is my honor to introduce my wife, the love of my life, Regina Bateson. We go back a while now. Actually, this year it's the 10th anniversary when we met and have been married for 6 years, and our three beautiful children, Leo, Simon, and Morris, are here to share this occasion with us. And it's an incredibly proud day for me to see Gina pulling her papers today. I wanted to say a couple of words of introduction. The thing that has always distinguished Regina in my mind, and the thing that impressed me from the moment I met her, was her passion for the things that she cares about and her commitment to doing something about it. So a lot of people, for caring, it's just an emotional experience. You feel, and you might have powerful emotions, but you're not motivated to do something. She cares by doing, and that is the sentiment that has brought her to this place today. It was caring about making a difference in this community, our home, her home, the place where she's from, that has motivated her to do this great thing, which is to run for Congress, and it really starts today. So with that, I turn it over to my lovely wife.
All right. Thank you so much for coming out. I am so heartened and excited to see you all here today because a year ago, think about where we were. Remember how you were feeling. I don't know about you, but I was really concerned. And I felt like we were on the brink of a historic year and not in a good way. And unfortunately, a lot of my concerns have actually come to pass. And some of yours probably have too. But that's why this is the moment when we need to step up and make a difference. You know, lately I've been thinking a lot about my grandfather. My mom can attest to this. This is actually her dad that I'm talking about. That we were born on the very same day. We were actually both born on July 19th. And his life spanned the entire arc of the 20th century, all the way from World War I to the dot-com era. And the thing that he always taught me was that when we're at a pivotal moment in our history, we all have an obligation to stand up and to make a difference. That's why I'm running for Congress here today, and that's why I'm so glad that you're here standing with me. Because this is a time when I think we all have to stand up for what's right. We need to stand up for our families, for our community, and for our country. Now, On election night 2016, I was actually with my family. I was with Simon and Morris in particular. They were upset that night. I was holding them, and I looked at them and thought about what their future was going to be. I thought about them growing up in a world where bullying is the norm, where that's our model of leadership, and I said, I can't let that stand. I've got to do something. Here in our district also, our families have real needs. Affordable health care is under attack. Our public education system is facing threats and cuts like never before. I am so grateful to our public schools because they made me what I am today. Our teachers and our schools enabled me to go off to college at Stanford, to become a Foreign Service officer, to later get a PhD, and to eventually be running a really competitive campaign here for Congress. But those things are under threat. We need to stand up and we need to fight for them. We also need to stand up and fight for our community. And people sometimes ask me, how can we trust? How can we trust that you're going to do what's right for our community? Let me tell you, it's because I was raised here ever since I was 2 years old, and I am completely loyal to our community. You know, I worked my very first jobs here in our district. I actually once had 3 jobs at the same time, which I don't recommend, but I did it. I did everything from umpiring to toasting bagels to making sandwiches to scooping ice cream. I did volunteering also, you know, at the Sutter Roseville Medical Center where my mom works. And I'll tell you, our community taught me the value of hard work and the importance of hard work. But right now, that's in jeopardy. You know, I think that if we're really a society that values hard work, that means that people who are working hard should be able to get health insurance. They should be able to have a secure retirement. They should be able to afford to live in the communities where they're working. So we need to be standing up for those values that we share. And let's stop and think for a moment about our country and our position in the world. Right now, our democracy is under assault like never before. So many of our basic values are being called into question. And we're in a time of turmoil. I mean, I've been thinking back, actually, to the years and days after 9/11. Now, after 9/11, I decided to stand up and get involved and to serve my country. I joined the Foreign Service and actually became a diplomat working on border security for the State Department. This is a time that I think demands a similar level of action and even more commitment. You know, we need to stand up, fight for good, clean, transparent elections, fight to end the partisan gridlock that's paralyzing Washington, D.C., and fight to make sure that we really have a voice. So that's what I'm committed to doing. And when I look forward and I think about 2018, I can tell you this is also going to be a historic year, but for very different reasons than 2017. 2017 was a year... 2017 was a year when so much went wrong, when our country and our community was being torn apart. 2018 is the year that we make it right again, and we stitch back together the fabric of our community. We finally get some real representation, someone who actually shares our values and will fight for our interests in Washington, D.C. And I am optimistic because of you. Look at all the people we have here today on the basis of a couple emails, a couple social media posts, and a whole lot of groundwork that's gone into building our campaign. You know, I am so grateful to say that we've got about 530 volunteers working on our campaign. We're hiring additional staff members, some of whom are here today, that I'm really excited to introduce to you. And we are putting in place the kind of large, competitive, professional operation that we need to win this district in 2018. So thank you for standing with me. I hope you'll join us in the next phase of our campaign, which is gathering signatures to go on the ballot. We just went inside and pulled the paperwork, so that's going to be one of our main projects over the next month. And I can tell you that you guys today have the opportunity to be some of the first signatories toward getting me on the ballot. So we've prepared forms for both Placer and El Dorado counties. So if you're a registered voter and you live in either of those counties, please come on over and sign up. And Emilio Vaca, who's going to be running our signature drive, has just stepped away to make some photocopies, but he'll be back in a moment, and he can give some instructions too about how all of you can be leaders going out and actually gathering signatures on our behalf as well. In addition to that, we continue to run a really active house party program, which you guys can sign up to host a party with some of our materials and sign-in sheets over there. And, you know, if you haven't already signed up to volunteer, please circle the little volunteer check box over there on our sign-in sheet, because we really want to keep in touch with you and help the campaign continue to grow in the future. So thank you so much. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you for standing up for what's right.